Hi guys, and welcome back to Carry On Baggage. So a little over a year ago, I made a video called How to Project Manage a Newborn. A beautiful snapshot of every parent's first few months where they are naive, trying to control everything. Well, I've been at this for over a year now, and I've learned a shit ton since I made that video and felt like it was time to make an update. So what I'm gonna do is take you through a somewhat typical day in the life, break down some of the more project managey aspects, tell you what's changed and what hasn't. Here is a day in the life of our 16-month-old son Ezra, and how to project manage a toddler.
Good morning. It's about 6 a.m. I am up before my child. That is because one of the first things that has changed since having an infant is we don't try to incorporate him into our morning routine anymore. We tried for so long and so hard to make that work. But we learned, like many parents before us I'm sure have, that hour before your kid wakes up is crucial to maintaining sanity. So we just became morning people out of necessity. So one of the first things I usually do in the morning is go check the surf, and there is a huge swell that just came our way and it's going off. I think I'm gonna go get Manuel out of bed so that he can get out here, and then I'm gonna go during one of his naps. All right, let's go get some coffee, get the rest of our morning routine done, and then we'll plan out the day. Sounds like the baby's awake. Yeah. Good morning. You look so tired. Should we get you up? Good morning. Oh, how did my baby sleep? First thing we do is we cuddle on the couch and we drink a little bottle.
Schedules are still crucial now, but for a completely different reason. When he was younger, schedules were our defense against getting constantly overrun by baby needs. Thinking ahead about like when in the day you and your partner are going to shower and work out and get your own work done was the only way that we were able to keep up with self-care when he was really young. At 16 months, he's a lot more autonomous. Mostly I got my arms back, and I can get a lot more done while he's awake. So the goal of scheduling now is really to like keep him happy and healthy. Sleep is a lot less part of the scheduling, more on sleep later. So really the hack that I've come up with here is what I call optimizing his awake windows. I always felt like when he was awake, I was asking myself the question like, okay, what can I do next? What can I get done right now? And I was always screwing this up by like trying to go grocery shopping too early in his wake cycle when he was really hungry, or trying to play with him when he really wanted downtime. It was always very stressful to me trying to come up with a plan on the spot that both incorporated what I wanted to get done and the needs and energy level and mood of a toddler. So the hack here is by paying really close attention to his energy levels throughout his wake cycle, it let me plan basically when he's gonna need undivided attention playtime and when he's best off doing solo activities, which is when mama can get stuff done. So planning out his wake windows really helped me plan for when I was gonna work so that I could give him my undivided attention without feeling like guilty for falling behind on stuff. So here's what his wake windows look like. So I have this color coded into purple being things we do together, blue are things he does, and red are things I do. So his first wake window is from 7 to 10-ish. And the first thing we do is change his diaper, get him a bottle, cuddle on the couch, and then afterwards he goes and plays by himself while I make coffee, and then I go into my morning routine while he continues to play by himself. And then we do skincare together because he likes watching me put skincare stuff on in the bathroom. 8 a.m. is breakfast. Then after that, he plays by himself while I do the dishes, and then we both get him dressed. Then at 9 o'clock, we have some dedicated playtime together because after breakfast is usually when he really wants attention. Then after about a half an hour of that, he's ready for some quiet down play, which is when I get my daily review done, and then we do his wind down routine for his nap. During his second window from 12 to 4:30-ish, it starts off similar, getting him changed, changing his diapers, and then that's the time of the day when If he's in a good mood, he wants to play by himself, and if he's kind of cranky, I give him some screen time. Then he plays by himself while I make lunch. We have lunch at like 1 o'clock, 1:30ish. And then after that is usually when he's happy to go on errands with me, or we go to the pool, the beach, or we play inside together. Then around 4, we start doing some quiet play. I wind him down, and he takes a nap at 4:30. Then during his last wake window, which is the shortest one, we do roughly the same thing. After he wakes up, he might get screen time here with a snack, depending on his mood. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have a call with my parents, so Manuel cooks dinner, and then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, he plays by himself while I make dinner. 6:30ish, we have dinner, and then we have some family time. Sometimes we walk down to the beach together, and then we start his bedtime routine at 7.
I'm just so happy today.
You know what I mean?
What are you doing? Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
3, 2, 1, let's go ahead and switch. Good morning.
Manuel's making breakfast, and Ezra is chilling in his high chair. Why doesn't he have any food?
Because you're filming instead of feeding your son.
Okay, let's get you some food. So while Manuel's cooking breakfast, we usually have Ezra hang out with us in his high chair and give him a few snacks. Banana. Little breakfast this morning. Eggs and croissants with some ricotta, coffee, and smoothies for us. Ezra's going to have some becher muesli. And we're gonna have breakfast as a family for the next 10 minutes.
Are you all done? Open your mouth.
You like rage? This is a good one too. Now that he has eaten breakfast and made any messes he's probably gonna make with his clothes, we're gonna go get him changed for the day. Is that what you wanna wear today? All right, you're all good. 90% sure I have that on backwards. All right, so Manuel's off to work. He's just working in the bedroom back there. Ezra's usually in a pretty good self-playtime right now, so I'm gonna use the next hour-ish to get caught up on all the housework that I haven't done in this week. Let's get to it. It is about 11:30. We're gonna take our first nap of the day. Night-night. Okay, bye-bye. See you in a few hours. Alright, let's go get some work done. Hair and makeup video magic. This is probably how you're used to seeing me. I only do this once a week whenever I'm filming, and today I'm gonna try and get some filming done. Normally I don't shoot on days that I stay home with him because it's impossible, but I'm a little behind this week, so. If you've ever been curious about my video setup, it's this very professional camera stand, and then I sit on this couch, which normally is way closer to the TV, but then we push it way back, because depth of field, baby. So it's about 1. Ezra's been sleeping for quite a while now, and I have managed to get so much filming done. I'm just gonna keep going. Thinking ahead of time about like when you and your partner were gonna shower, and you could... Hi.
Sorry.
It's okay. Just let me know when you're done. I've got 45 minutes to get this done before my call. Fuck. I guess we're done with filming today. You want me to be picked up? Okay. That was a good long nap. Let's go make a snack. Sleep. So we went pretty obsessive about sleep data back when we had our smart bassinet because the snoo gave us access to all the data. And also managing sleep played a much bigger role in our lives than it does now. Right now, sleep's pretty binary. Either he sleeps throughout the night or he doesn't. And when he doesn't, it's not usually because of something we can control. It's either teething or he's sick or time zone changes, jet lag. We really put off doing any sleep training because we were either living with roommates or we had just moved into a new house and I didn't want to traumatize him. We finally got around to it at about 9 months. It took us maybe 3 days, that was it, and then he became a great little sleeper. And by the way, a note to any parent who tells you that their baby slept through the night at 3 months or 6 weeks. No one should feel like that is the standard. It's not uncommon for a baby to sleep through the night when they're really young, but I feel like mamas get so excited when their babies sleep through the night that they post it on Instagram, and then it makes you feel like shit because your baby isn't sleeping through the night. So I just want to normalize this a bit here. We didn't get a full night's sleep consistently until about 9 months old, and I still think that's pretty early. So if your baby's a year, 2 years old, and they still don't sleep great through the night, there's nothing you're doing wrong. It's perfectly fine, and it will end hopefully soon. 2 PME hacks that I will mention. The first is pretty specific to Ezra, but if this helps any moms out there, I'm happy to share. We had a hard time weaning him off of needing a bottle to go to sleep. He honestly uses baby bottles like most babies use pacifiers as a comfort tool. So coinciding with sleep training, we started putting a baby bottle full of water in his crib at night. And it helps so that he can put himself back to sleep, but he's not eating in the middle of the night, which can hinder the sleep training because they only know how to fall asleep when they're full. So this allows him to self-soothe, but take away the food part. That hack seriously has saved us so many wake-ups in the middle of the night. The second piece is how you share the nighttime feeding responsibilities between parents. We tried it all, both of us getting up for all the feedings for solidarity, trading off letting each other sleep in, trading off who took the night versus the mornings. And I think this depends heavily on what kind of a sleeper you and your partner are. But what ended up working for us is by default, we both get up for the nighttime feedings anytime that he wakes up, mostly because the solidarity was really important to the health of our relationship. Then once a week for each of us, we trade off a sleep through the night day where one person has earplugs, a mask, and Ambien. And that's really to make sure that if you start to pile on the sleep deprivation, you've at least got once a week where you're kind of getting caught up. And then we have a rule about sleeping in the morning, which is if you want to sleep in the morning, you can, but you have to ask for it the night before, meaning you can't wake up extremely tired and say, can you please take the baby this morning? I am not a morning person, and I really struggle with the 6 a.m. wake up time if I haven't been sleeping a lot the night before. So we allow each other to sleep in, but you have to proactively ask for it the night before, or we are allowed to offer sleeping in to the other person. A big point of contention for us was negotiating sleep when we were both tired. And so we have a proactive, gifted sleep in way of approaching the sleep deprivation part of parenting.
What?
You want to be mama's lighting person? Can you give mama a kiss? Oh, thank you.
Hey, where are you going with that? You see my doja? Yeah?
Girl.
After his first nap, depending on how long he slept, therefore depending on how groggy or active he is, we will either play together for a little bit, which he's in the mood for now, or if he's super groggy, I let him have screen time of the day.
So in my last video, I talked about how I organize baby clothes based on use case. And in theory, that's still how I do it, but I have really pared it down a bit. So let's take a look inside our Nomad baby's closet. I basically have 4 use cases now. The first is sleeping. And for sleeping, he has exactly 2 pairs of pajama sets, 1 pair of footed pajamas, and 1 extra set of sheets. And that is it. We have our swimming use case. That includes everything he needs to go swimming. So swimsuits, usually we have swim diapers in here, hats, flip-flops, sunscreen, anything he needs to swim. So we live near the beach. And then basically lounging around inside or dressing up cute and going outside. So we've got long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts, pants, and shorts. We've got about 3 to 5 of each. They all somewhat match in color. We've got 1 delightfully warm poncho, a hat, and necklace. And that's how we do baby clothes now.
Okay, I have to hop on a work call, so we're gonna drop Ezra off with Papa.
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 Do the call.
Yeah. All right, come on in.
talk about roadmaps, a critical part of any project manager's tool belt, used for strategic planning of the bigger elements of a project and also as a reference point to check in on your progress along the way. So I cannot believe there is no existing baby roadmap for the first year of a baby's life. There is amazing roadmaps that exist for pregnancy that tell you exactly what you're supposed to do at 15 weeks and the week before you're about to go into labor, that detail out every part of the pregnancy process. But there's nothing for the first year of a baby's life, and there's so many milestones to be aware of. I guess the way this need is mostly met is through your pediatrician checkups, or like people that have friends with kids that are like, hey, now's about the time when you should start switching your toothpaste to one with fluoride in it, or hey, you should start introducing solid foods at this many months. But there's no cohesive guide that I found on the internet, so I made one. And some of the bigger milestones are common enough that we knew to expect them and knew what to do. But some of them are not that common, and I didn't find out until 6 months that, whoops, we were supposed to give him peanut butter and eggs at 4 months, otherwise it's more likely they'll develop an allergy to them. It's so frustrating because the data is 100% out there. It just requires you Googling, at what age do I start X? So typically what I would do as a project manager is think through the entire life cycle of the project and plan out every single milestone. However, this would be a lot of work to do from scratch, especially as a first-time parent. So here's our workaround. Once a month, my partner and I essentially review a skeleton of a roadmap with all the categories of the baby milestones, and we ask ourselves, is there anything we need to change, any action we need to take, or any research we need to do to figure out if there is action we need to take in any of these categories. This is probably easier if I actually just show you what this looks like. We end up coming away from this meeting with a list of action items with things like buy sippy cups, or stuff to figure out like best toys for a 10-month-old. At the end of the day, this is similar to a typical project manager's roadmap, where the goal isn't to make sure you are 100% on track, because nothing is ever on track, and that's usually fine. It's just to give me peace of mind that if we're not doing something, it's by choice and not because I just didn't know.
Continuing on this day of domesticity, we're going to pick up some groceries for the week. All right, 4 grocery stores later, we have accomplished our grocery store run. Had to go to the produce stand, the deli, the nut guy to get cashews, and the store that sells real cheddar cheese, the American Tillamook sharp cheddar. There's one place in town that sells it. So, 4 stores later, we are done. Hopping on a work call. Am I the only YouTuber that doesn't make their bed? Probably.
Show Grandma and Grandpa your trucks. Show me how you build your trucks. Yep. We gotta get on the ground. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Hey Manu, I've got red cabbage. I want a good recipe for it. What would you do with it?
Red cabbage. You can make kimchi.
What are you making?
Salad.
Don't touch the lens. No, don't kiss the lens.
All right, bedtime routine. We used to have like 100 different tasks that we orchestrated into this elaborate choreography. Now we just have 2 roles and we switch off depending on what we're feeling on a particular night. One person takes care of the baby and the other person takes care of the ambiance.
Yeah. Oh, good job. Okay, all done. Ready for your sleep sack? Okay, sweetie. Good night, Ezra. Bye. Good night. Yeah, good night.
So that's it for our day in the life of video. I didn't end up making it out surfing today, sadly, but that's because Ezra didn't take his second nap, and that's the way it goes sometimes. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't seen my How to Project Manage a Newborn video, be sure to check that one out. Hit the like button if you enjoy this kind of stuff. Subscribe if you haven't. I put out new videos every Tuesday. We are gonna get into some Netflix here, and we'll see you in the next video. Why is that funny?
Smash that like button like it's a patriarchy!